secret government project to save planet Earth? What are we, some kind of Hail Mary project? That was the original quote in the book, right? I didn't read it.
Something like
I'm gonna
something
guess
like
so.
that.
Yeah, that was the tagline.
It's a wonderful title.
Welcome back to Lost in the Frame. I'm your host, Alex.
I'm your host, Malik.
I'm your host, Tachi.
And today we are going to be talking about the new smash hit, at least from what I've seen,
This is a hit.
Ryan Gosling movie, Project Hail Mary.
A new movie in our I'm Him repository.
It's, you know, and it's going right in there. Like it's slotted right in there.
It's thrilling, but we'll discuss it. But first, we got to get into some movie news. And the most important piece of news for this week. Dune 3 trailer. Guys, that has been in my head.
It's so hype. I love it so
cool.
much.
It's so
It looks so good.
I don't think we've really talked about Dune on this podcast. There hasn't really been a need or anything happening in the last year. By the way, we're about to hit a year of Lost in the Frame, which is a lot of fun. This podcast is going to be Dune pilled for the rest of the year.
Oh, it's going to be
100%.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just wait till we get the Batman next year.
Oh my God. Is it next year?
It is next
2027?
year.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Whenever that trailer drops, it's going to be hype. But
Just like the Spider-Verse.
yeah.
That
We'll see. We'll
doesn't
see.
exist. I've resigned myself to the fact that movie's never coming out.
I was on TikTok the other day and Shamik Moore was on live. And I tried to screen record it because it seemed like he was on some bullshit like he's been. But as soon as I got on, he ended it. But the only words I heard before I recorded it was, "I'm coming for y'all. Don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry." And then he ended it. So,
Was that a threat against Haley?
It might have been.
The Buffalo Bills are they have extra security now because Shamik's coming for them.
Yeah. Anyway, Dune trailer. I'm sad we didn't get this in front of Project Hail Mary. For those that did, you were very lucky.
We had a terrible trailer slate. It was just
Oh my
I don't
God.
care.
What all was there?
You had the D-Day weather movie, which
The what?
sure, okay.
Oh, the Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, like Pressure.
Yeah, that looked like a Hallmark movie with a big budget.
I love history, and I think World War II. I'm a World War II guy when it comes to like every guy like has like the war they're really into, like Civil War. Like I'm a World War II guy, and I'm like, oh, I didn't need a movie about the weather. I didn't need a movie about the weather.
I wasn't really paying attention to that trailer. I was on my phone trying to order some snacks at Alamo.
We need to talk about that at some point. I know we have a packed slate today, so we're gonna put a pin in that.
Yeah,
Alamo
I've got
stuff.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely have thoughts. I shielded my eyes from the Disclosure Day trailer. Still have not seen it. Don't want to see it, but that's the most I've heard.
Can I
Absolutely.
say something about that trailer?
Sure.
I hate the way the alien noise sounds. Like it sounds like someone's like gagging.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg's going to have the theater gagging at how good it's going to be.
We can hope. I hope.
What else was in front of our movie? They did seem like forgettable movies, like so much that you texted us right before it started. You're like, awful slate of movies.
I was pissed.
That's saying something. After the Dune trailer, we got the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer.
Yep.
I'll throw it to you guys first. What did you think?
It looks like markedly better than how the original trilogy were shot. I don't like what John Watts did with the first three movies. I know Daniel Day Cretton is, at least in my opinion, a much more talented director.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job with Shang-Chi, but it at least looks better. it's shot a lot more interestingly, and the colors are actually present.
I love Spider-Man, and I like that this is going back to like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man type thing instead of like Spider-Man in space or
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man with dimensions. So
Agreed.
I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm interested to see what kind of shenanigans they pull to get like the memory back.
Yeah, it to me the parts that I'm happy for are exactly what you said, getting to more of like that focused Spider-Man level. Like, was never a fan of Iron Boy Jr. Like, I think Iron Boy Jr. was like a fair nickname. Like, was never stoked about that. So,
Iron Boy, I love that.
yeah, so it's fun to see this go hopefully in a different direction. I gotta be honest though, like I did kind of feel nothing watching that trailer. Like, I don't know where my expectations are at. Like, I'm going to watch it, but I'm just kind of it. I saw it and I was like, all right, that's what it is.
There are certainly levels to this, and when you compare this to Dune 3, it's just kind of sad, but it will be better than the first 3 movies. And fingers crossed for some actual web swinging. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Before we get into the movie, I wanted to see talking about Dune and Spider-Man, basically Dune and Marvel.
Mm.
How do you guys feel about neither movie, Dune 3 or Doomsday, moving for their release dates December 18th? Is that good or is that bad?
I don't know. I think good.
I
Get
think
people to the movies.
I think I said it before on the pod, but I think this could be like a major like cultural watershed moment.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This doesn't feel like an organic, fun time at the movies Barbenheimer.
Mhm.
I think this is going to determine
Our
like
future.
our future from a pop culture standpoint for cinema, from like a Disney Marvel perspective.
Has there
Because
ever been like a matchup like this on a Marvel release?
I don't know. And I think this particular Marvel release is very important because they have not been doing well post COVID. Like, I think a majority of their movies post COVID have like not even cracked the half a billion. So they're kind of just sinking money in this.
I mean,
And
Thunderbolts was a financial flop.
it was. And it was the
It
best thing they've
lost
done.
money.
It was,
It
it was
was
the
the
best thing they've
best
done in the
they've
last
done.
5 years. Like since Endgame, I would say. And so for
And
Dune,
they're gonna learn the wrong lessons from
yeah. So for Dune to be so confident to go up against Marvel,
And
that they're
Spider-Man specifically.
yeah, that we're not that they're not going to move, and that they got the IMAX screens for that weekend. Like, I think it says a lot, and I think even if Doomsday does better financially, I think the fact that Dune is like kind of just sticking up, like it feels like a battle. It doesn't feel like a Barbenheimer like collab. It feels like a battle.
What do you guys
But
think
see.
about them dropping the name Doom Messiah and doing just Dune Part 3?
from what I've seen online, I think for those that have like read the books specifically, just because with the first 2 movies, like there are changes that Denis has done from the books and additions to make the story flow better. What I've heard is Dune Messiah is kind of a mess. So from this trailer, it seems like he's doing what people thought he was going to do, which was kind of do like the back half of the like a little like the last parts of the Dune book and parts of Messiah. I'm not sure. Is that accurate?
Messiah is, I wouldn't say it's a mess. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's a mess to adapt after the changes from the Dune movies.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I find funny is it's like they're billing this as like, oh, the conclusion of Dune. But Messiah is very like transitionary. Like it feels like it's bridging Dune to Children of Dune. Whereas like like it's very short. It's like half the length of Dune.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, yeah, it feels like it's leading into something else.
Well, Denis is done. Like, this is his trilogy, and so I think it's like maybe not giving it like a bookend to give like Warner Brothers the ability to make more spin-offs and Dune adaptations if they want to go beyond Messiah, if they want to go the Children of Dune route. But I think for Denis, like this is his trilogy. Like this can probably just stand on its own, similar to how they did Lord of the Rings, a la The Hobbit. Maybe that's kind of what we'll get. So they kind of maybe wanted to leave that door open.
I'm
is
trusting
my thought.
1,000%. I'm all in.
Yeah. Oh, I've got stock.
My mortgage rests on this movie.
One more time before Project Hail Mary. I was a Jaegerist and now I'm with Paul.
Oh my God.
Actually, Paul is the bad guy. It's like,
and I'll follow
shut
him.
up. He's Lusan Al Gaib.
I literally named my truck after him. Come on. Of course I'm gonna follow him. Let's get into the movie. Project Hail Mary. This is the newest film starring Ryan Gosling, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I'll read the synopsis and then we'll get into our Letterboxd Love Like Loathe. This one's kind of long. Science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up on a spaceship light years from home with no recollection of who he is or how he got there. As his memory returns, he begins to uncover his mission, solve the riddle of the mysterious substance causing the sun to die out. He must call on... This is a very long synopsis. We got it. It had like 3 more sentences. This is starring Ryan Gosling, Sandra Hüller, James Ortiz, Lionel Boyce, and a handful of others. I have our 5-star today. Alex has the 3, and Tachi with the 1, and then we will get into our thoughts and feelings on Project Hail Mary. This 5-star comes from Todd. I've not been arsed about the cinema recently, and I almost didn't bother seeing this either. Thank fuck I did. Blockbuster cinema at its finest. I'm floored.
So I have our 3-star today, and I have a pretty... I'll just read it. Again, this is written the way it's written. This is from Brandon Reviews, 3 stars. I saw this film last night with a packed theater, and to be honest, I'm not disappointed even though I gave it a 3. I could maybe rewatch it one day, but this is a heartfelt movie, and it felt like a Disney movie with a budget of $200 million. There was some funny moments, but the movie itself dragged on for so long. It should have been like 1 hour and 40 minutes or a bit more. This isn't a bad movie at all. The cinematography is unbelievable, but besides that, there's nothing to love. The performances by Sandra and Ryan are great, but nothing spectacular. This film is like the Train Dreams and F1 of last year and like an Iron Claw. This is not at all a top 500 movie at all. This should not be a 4.4. It should be around 3.8 or 3.9 for the highest. Maybe if I read the book, I would have been different, but for most movies, I don't read the book, so that'll be just unfair. I watch all films. I love mainly everything, and I just didn't connect with anything in this, especially The Rock. This is a family movie like The Up or Wall-E, but some scenes seem more kid-like, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a cold-hearted person, but out of a score of 5, I would give it a 2.9 to a 3.1.
Oh my God.
So not a single period.
Yeah, I was like, was that all a run-on sentence?
It was all a run. It didn't even end in a period.
Bro's still going somewhere.
I lost the original review I was gonna read, which had like a point that I really wanted to talk about, which sucks. But yeah, that one I just saw it. I was like, whoa. Well, unfortunately, this guy, like, I can't even hate on him too much because his top 4 are bangers.
What are his top 4?
Heat, Parasite, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Vertigo.
Oh, dude knows ball.
He knows ball.
I feel like we could base our entire discussion off of every point he made in his review. We could just go line by line.
Probably.
That's crazy. All right, Tachi got our 1.
Yeah, this comes in from Jason. 2001: A Space Odyssey for people who ask for no onions on their burger. Sure. Thanks, Jason.
You know, I'm a no onions guy sometimes.
It depends.
I don't like a big chunky onion. I like a chopped grilled onion.
Oh, grilled onions, dude.
Yeah, grilled onions is where it's
For
at.
sure.
What were your guys' expectations going into this? Tachi, you and I read the book and
Minutes
finished minutes
before the movie.
before our showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw it to you first. Like after you read the book, like what was your like initial feeling with the book, and how excited were you for the movie?
I'm just gonna say it right now. I've been thinking about this for the last couple days, and the book is a straight up 10 out of 10. The book is incredible. Like genuinely,
Wow.
I think a top 3 book that I've ever read.
Wow.
Yeah. I really, really like this book. So I was super excited. Uh, with that in combination with the raving early reviews or early reactions to the movie, um, expectations were very high.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um yeah, it took me a couple weeks to read the book. Also finished it minutes right
Mhm.
before our showtime. We're I don't we just delayed our time,
Yeah.
but I'm happy that we did it. Yeah, I'd heard as soon as like we saw the trailer for this movie. I had not heard of this book
Mhm.
previously to realizing this movie was coming out. Similar to you, I think a lot of people I've seen like on TikTok and online really love this book. In
Yeah.
particular, people seem to like really love even like the audiobook, and it seems like the guy who did the audiobook, and it was so good that that was part of the reason that this movie ended up getting made, was kind of just the demand after hearing someone kind of talk through it in that way. I think just really lends itself to wanting to be adapted in a visual medium.
Mhm.
I liked the book. I thought it was really good. I don't think I would put it in like my top 3 of all time, but I had a good time reading it. Like, so I was also very excited for it. Ryan Gosling, obviously we love him. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I
Got
mean,
some hits.
yeah, they got some hits. So was overall very excited for the movie.
Alex?
I didn't read the book,
But were you excited for the
which
movie
is
though?
weird because I feel like I'm usually the one who's read the book coming
You
into
are the
this.
reader.
I am the reader. I haven't read the book. I'd like to read the book. I will one day. I don't know when. I was excited. I like Ryan Gosling. It looked neat, and I like the trailer. So I was excited coming in.
I'm going to say I might be doxing myself, but whenever I think Phil Lord or Christopher Miller, I think the Spider-Verse movies. Guys, I thought they directed those movies.
What did they
Yeah,
do?
I did too.
They just produced them.
Mm.
It's
I
it's one of those things where it's like their
Mandela
names.
effect.
Yeah, it's just that's just like I feel really bad for like the actual directors of the different directors for both Spider-Verse movies, and I think different directors for the third one. But it's like similar to that movie Him that came out last year. Jordan Peele was producing it, and people kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna go see the new Jordan Peele movie, the new Jordan Peele." I'm like,
Right.
it's not him. He's just producing it. So I just felt bad. So Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, they only have a handful of movies. They directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, 21 and 22 Jump Street, and the Lego movie. What a slate. Let's get into what works for us for this movie. I'll kick it off.
Sure.
Ryan Gosling. Come on.
Yep,
I
he's
mean,
him.
we knew. I think as I was reading the book, Tachi, when you read books, do you see it in your head? Like what
Yeah.
kind of Alex do you see it in your head?
Yes.
Okay. Because apparently there's people that don't, which is crazy.
Yeah,
That
they
But
is
need to
weird.
be jailed.
yeah. I think the book, knowing that it was Ryan Gosling, like I just imagined him in my head the entire time,
Same.
which was
And
nice.
honestly, I just kept drawing parallels. Like I know that I already knew that it was going to be him, but
Yeah.
even like seeing how the character operates in the book, I just couldn't help but not connect it to Ryan Gosling because I feel like
Mhm.
there are some similarities between the two.
I think so too. Like after reading the book, I was like, that's actually like spot on casting. Like I don't know if it's just because we've already seen the trailer and we know it's
Mhm.
him, but like the way that Ryland Grace like speaks in the book, I'm just like I can see Ryan Gosling doing
Yeah,
it, and we did, and I think it was just like top notch casting.
for sure. Uh, visual effects looked amazing in this movie.
Yeah, I
I
think
loved how Rocky looked, and all the space sequences were great too.
Agreed. And knowing that it's like mostly practical effects
yeah.
was so cool. Did you see the thing about how they filmed the Petrova line scene with the chicken
Mm-mm.
wire and infrared lights?
No.
Yeah, so let me see if I can find the tweet. But it's that scene was apparently filmed with chicken wire and like IR lights, and so on a monitor it looked incredibly great, and to Ryan Gosling it looked like nothing.
Hmm.
He's just like,
Just floating
but
there.
because we can't see IR. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you can't, I can, but
I can't.
Is it the sequence with the red stuff?
yes,
Okay.
I kind of that was a great sequence.
Yeah.
Like that was shot beautifully. I wish we didn't have that in the trailer.
yeah.
Okay. There are. Oh, never mind. We're in the things that work section. Never mind.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll keep singing the praises for the visual effects.
Yeah.
I also love that a lot of this was like a practical set. We were just having this conversation with 2001: A Space Odyssey, like versus like the Fantastic Four, like
Right.
comparing the ship of the Fantastic Four to like this one, like the spinning room and everything like that it had. Like everything felt lived in. It felt real.
Yeah.
I loved it. The ship design was like impeccable. So
well,
good.
I guess it was. So part of it was they they were studying the how like the space station was built and how it's built with like different parts and different, rooms are fabbed different ways, and so it looks like a little clunky and not perfect, but that's just how it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um you're right, it looked very lived in. It felt really real.
Yeah.
You felt cramped a little bit in there and hard to move around, but it was I mean, it really did feel like a spaceship.
Yeah.
No sci-fi, just like a real spaceship.
One of the things on the topic of just like the overall like look of the movie, the visual effects, and like how it's shot. So this was shot by cinematographer Greg Fraser, who shot the first two Dune movies, also shot the Batman. We were sad to see him leave for Dune 3. That looks like we're gonna be okay, but was
I'll
excited
say
to
the guy they got is still a stud.
is cooking. He's cooking. But for Greg Fraser shooting this movie specifically talking about like the space station and like being a little bit like more like tightly squeezed. This is a bit more like technical, but it was something that I thought was really cool. He was using like the wrong type of lenses for the camera that he was using to give it like a stretched out feeling to get more room in these cramped spaces, which created some cool effects like with the lights in the background, like a different type of like blurriness to the image. So I think it just created like a unique type of image and that shows like on screen. So I think everything was kind of just working hand in hand from the practical sets to the visual language and all translates very well to I think what's a very good looking movie.
For sure.
It's a breath of fresh air in the era of blockbusters for sure. What else works for you guys here?
I like the score for the most part.
It was an interesting score.
Mm-hmm. It
was different.
Yeah, a little all over the place.
Yeah, like particularly like all of the space scenes. It felt very like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like old century. Like I don't
What does
know.
that
I don't
mean?
know how. I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt different. Like it's not a score I kind of expected from a movie like this, which
Mhm.
in my eyes is a positive.
I expected something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt very spacey.
It was like a different type of spacey though. It was like a joyous spacey. You know, it was just a bit more. I mean, the movie itself is like very uplifting. Like I think
Right.
for a doomsday movie, this is a very positive outlook, a very optimistic take on what otherwise could be a very scary, sad
The
story.
apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I did love like the upliftingness of it. I think overall it's a very hopeful movie. It's kind of not like a lot like Interstellar, but it's pretty similar to Interstellar. Like thematically.
Mm-hmm.
Interstellar, I don't think has like I think Interstellar is a very hopeful movie, but not in the sense that this one is. Like this one's like a little too hopeful, just rosy cheeked, happy go lucky. It's like, oh, we're gonna fix it, like
Mm-hmm.
like a real like good old, like we know that good will prevail type
Yeah.
movie. Like there was at no point where I kind of thought that like something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it got me a little bit there at the end. I was like, oh, but then the way it ended, I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew it.
that's a great point that you bring up. I've been trying to like wrestle with myself if I'm more for the more positive, like, oh, everything's for sure gonna be okay, like outlook that the movie takes. Because I feel like the book does have that. Like that is this story. It is a very like optimistic outlook. But the book, like, I think obviously has more time to kind of spend time on Earth and build the stakes of really what's going on. Um and has a bit more drama in that sense, and gets to that
For sure.
more like apocalyptic point. um Tachi, do you feel the same, like that there was more of that in the book?
For sure. The movie left out a lot of the stake building, like you said. It also kind of left out a lot of the seriousness of the supporting characters, the supporting cast.
Hmm.
Um, like in the first meeting on the aircraft carrier, and like the representatives from China are just like cracking jokes. I'm like, oh, that's different
Yeah,
from the book. Um, yeah,
it was very lighthearted from the get-go, like in the
for
movie.
sure. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is how we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I've got thoughts for
Mhm.
that. I want to talk about Rocky.
Yeah,
Rocky's so cute.
he
He's
is so
such a
cute.
silly little guy.
He's the
he's
best.
he's what a guy. I love that they used the puppet too.
Yeah,
No no CGI for him.
That's surprising. I really thought there was some CGI at least.
There's probably some CGI, but for the most part, like Ryan Gosling's like working with a puppet. I was
It's really
watching an
cool.
interview with him, and he said there's 6 people that they would call the Rocketeers, basically dressed as ninjas in the background, like moving around. And it's really nice to hear them, both Ryan Gosling and the directors, talk about this movie as this like big labor of love. Like he was saying, the easiest thing to do for Rocky was make him CGI. Like that would have been extremely easy.
Mhm.
They took the road less traveled and made him a puppet. Like that was a lot more difficult. They're like, it was harder to figure out how to move him around in this space, how to like not see the Rocketeers in the background. But he's like, at the heart of the story, like that's the mission. That is Project Hail Mary, is figuring out like what's the hardest thing to do and like how are we going to do it. So um I think a lot could have gone wrong with a movie like this and with an adaptation. I'm surprised at how much they were able to squeeze into this 2 hour 45-minute runtime.
Mhm.
But overall, I think it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, agreed.
agreed.
Rocky looked awesome.
Yeah.
Good use of the time too. Only until like the very end where I was like, oh, this is starting to drag a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
it didn't.
pretty
It,
dense book. It's
it,
Yeah.
it did. It didn't really feel its runtime. I think until the end.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
Like for the end, I think, all right, I think we can get into a spoiler discussion now. So if you haven't seen the movie, haven't read the book, keep listening. Get it
Do at
spoiled.
least one of those.
At least one. Yeah, I think similar. Like I don't really feel it in the book, but like the second fake out is that kind of where you're kind of headed, Alex. With it, kind of just drags on.
Yeah.
I agree. At that point, I was kind of like, all right, well, I know where we're going, so I feel like I was kind of just like anticipating it at that point. But for most of the movie, I was just along for the ride.
The second fake out being what?
Him having to go back to get
Oh,
Rocky.
gotcha.
Like it was the initial like, oh, Rocky's dead.
Mhm.
Fake out with the ship going awry,
Yeah, yeah.
and then them saying goodbye and then having to go back, like that kind of being the quote unquote
I
second fake out.
Gotcha.
and I think the second fake out really like took away the stung of the goodbye.
Yeah, it was very quick. It's longer in the book, and I
Mhm.
felt it more in the book.
Me too.
That second fake out, like it didn't feel like a fake out in the book. It felt like a legit issue that happens
Mhm.
that he has to work through to figure out what is going on, and it takes a little bit for him to figure out what's going on. And as soon as he does, then he realizes, oh shit, Rocky. And then it's a journey of trying to get to Rocky, and it's so good in the book.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's so earned.
It's very earned. So like with the movie, like it was, yeah, it had to be condensed. Like, I don't know. It's not the movie's fault. We're already at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't think they could have added another 30 minutes for that part of the story.
Maybe they should have. Who knows?
I am not opposed to if Brady Corbett can make The Brutalist, like, was it 3 hours and 20 minutes? Like, we get Project Hail Mary 3 hours and 20 minutes. Why not?
We should do that. Yeah, bring intermissions back.
Yeah,
Brutalist had an intermission. That was awesome.
it was great.
Yeah, we gotta get up and go to the bathroom. Like,
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Really?
We talked for a bit in the intermission. Like,
we saw Brandon. We ran into him at the theater. We were like, it was the best intermission ever.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but like I'm down. Make movies longer. People are like,
if it makes it better, make it longer.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, whatever.
Let's get into what doesn't work for us, and then we'll talk a little bit through book versus movie and some changes and additions that they made to both. Cool.
Sure.
Anyone want to go first for something that does not work for them?
I can go first.
Oh.
Or Alex can go.
No, Tachi goes first.
Sure. I have a huge problem with the marketing for this movie. It gives away way too much.
I agree.
The reveal of Rocky was supposed to be like the most shocking thing in the book. And he just plastered all over the trailer, all over the posters. Like, we're not supposed to know that there are aliens. Like, what? Here's
the thing. I've seen a healthy amount of both sides of this argument.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on your side where I think there's a better world where we didn't see Rocky in the marketing. Here's a good example. Cam. She didn't read the book. She didn't see the trailer. I told her a high-level overview of the movie, did not mention Rocky whatsoever. She had no idea. And we were good. We were good. Like, she had no idea. We're at Alamo, and the pre-show, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller do it with Rocky.
I'm like,
she put two and two together seconds before the movie started because of the 30-second Alamo bit.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Oh, there's an alien."
Stupid.
And I was like, "Oh my God." And people are like, "It's not a big deal." Rocky shows up on page 120 in the book. It's a 476-page book, so it's not super early, but I think it's late enough that you can market this without him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were scared. I think they wanted to get butts and seats.
I know. They want the kids in, they want the families in.
They want the families.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I can see a trailer that is kind of dark and is a tonally different movie without like the inclusion of Rocky and without like the lightheartedness. But then people kind of being thrown for a loop when it comes out. I don't know.
This is just how I feel about spoilers in general.
Yeah.
There are reasons that writers and artists do things the way that they do. And I just don't understand why studios believe that we shouldn't just experience things as they intend, as the artists intend. Because
marketing.
Like, just, I don't know.
It's frustrating.
Give me the surprise. Please.
I can't imagine how many meetings they had leading up to this, like how many marketing meetings, and the decision to include Rocky in everything.
Yeah.
Well, Rocky they're trying to make a Baby Yoda, right?
For sure. Like you can market Rocky.
For sure.
It's at the end of the day, it's money in their pockets. Is there some artistic integrity? Yes, but the ones that are making the decisions are the ones with the final say. And like, if I'm in their shoes, if I'm in their mind, I see Rocky as a plushie, as money.
Just a money printer. And I have a huge issue with that. And I just have a huge issue with spoilers in general. But yeah, that really, that pre-roll, or that,
Insane.
yeah, that I couldn't believe that they did that.
I only saw the trailer once. After that, I decided not to watch it because I was like, I think I want to read the book.
Mhm. Yeah. So that was a big thing that I wanted to say. But Alex, what do you have?
Movie's a little quirk chunkusy. It's like getting right up on that line
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah.
where it's like some of the humor. It's like, okay, like even when it was trying to be like emotional or dramatic. I'll give you a great example. The scene where Sandra Hüller's character, forget her name,
Strat.
um, Strat, is telling him that he's going up.
Yeah.
Like, no, this isn't a discussion. Like, you are going up. I am telling you to get on that spaceship. And he's like running away, and then it's like played as a bit.
It's played as a bit.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! The Ryan Gosling screams, that the silly one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is supposed to, like, this guy's life is, for all intents and purposes, or as far as he knows it, is ending.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, his life is ending. He's going to be put in a coma. He may not live. Like, he may just die. These may be the last moments of his life. But it's plays a bit. And there's a lot of jokes in the beginning. Like, it very heavily relies on those jokes to get going. And I think that there was too much for a guy waking up and he has no idea who he is or where he is, but he's in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%. To hit on your first point of Strat telling Grace that he's going in the book, it's a very emotional.
It's so heavy.
It's very heavy. Like, I was also disappointed, like in the theater, with the quirk chungus of it all, with making it a bit, because it is a very heavy scene in the book, and I was disappointed that it was played for laughs. In the beginning, I can kind of forgive it a bit more because in the beginning of the book, it takes a little bit to kind of kick off, and everything that we're reading are internal thoughts. Like, I kid you not, 30 seconds into the movie might have been the first 2 chapters of the book, and they're not short chapters. It was like 30
Right.
seconds, and we're discovering the bodies. That happens at like
Yeah.
chapter 2, chapter 3. So, but it's a lot of internal dialogue of what's going on. I'm confused as the reader. My character is confused where he's at. I think that's hard to kind of translate into a movie. So I think they did what they could to set the tone up for the movie. So I'm more forgiving for that, but I am frustrated at the Strat scene towards the end.
Yeah. There was a lot more horror and grief for Grace's character in the book, for how he's
Yeah.
processing things and gaining back his memories. I feel like I'm gonna be really hard on the movie adaptation because I just really, really loved the book. So one of my biggest problems is that they don't handle the amnesia and the memories returning well at all. All of the flashbacks are like interspersed between um, his journey on the ship, and they're supposed to be treated as his memories returning in real time. And I don't think that that's presented well at all.
Yeah.
And I think there's like one scene where it kind of shows it as it's like that process.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they explained the drug, the amnesia, well at all. Where he's injected, he wakes up on the ship later on, and I don't know. That part really bothered me. That I think it also hurt the pacing as well. That
Mm-hmm.
the memories and the flashbacks weren't really used as the tools for him, like I guess like running successful tests on the ship, or like relearning how to do things, or remembering core components of what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that bothered me quite a bit.
That's a good point. To kind of get back to the quirk chungus of it all, that was a concern I had coming into the movie because the book's not far off. The dialogue that Grace has with himself,
Mhm.
mainly with himself and like his internal thoughts, and as he interacts with other humans on Earth, it's kind of quirk chungusy.
It
I
is.
can't lie. Like,
But he's funny. Like, it works for his character and his character alone. It's not the entire
you're right.
cast.
And I think, yeah, so it does work more for him in the book. That's a great point because Strat in the book is very cold, calculated,
Mhm.
and just matter of fact.
Extremely.
She doesn't really have wiggle room, but I like the black and white between Grace and Strat in the book. Like that was exactly it. And then in the movie, I'm like, it was she. It's weird to say. It's like she just had too many emotions for me.
She was too soft.
She was too soft.
Yeah. It didn't make it seem like she was doing literally everything she could to save Earth, to save humanity.
Yeah. That was a huge part of the book was her power.
Right.
The amount of power that she has paired with the ending when we find out that she is sending Grace
Mhm.
and that's her emotional moment. The first time we see any hint of vulnerability from her was in that moment in the book.
Exactly.
Was huge. And so I think that just probably compounds into why in the movie that scene particularly also doesn't really land.
Yeah. She doesn't do karaoke in the book, Alex.
You got to read. You're basically reading just Sign of the Times in the book.
Yeah.
It's a lyric sheet.
Just stop your crying. It's the sign of the times. We got to get away from here.
We got to get away. Got to get away. Got to get away. Okay. We can get into some differences from the book versus the movie, unless there's maybe I think that'll maybe inform maybe some other things we do like and we don't like if that's cool with you guys. Okay.
Sure.
Different from the movie, the inclusion of Carl, played by Lionel Boyce, who was like a security guard for Strat.
Mhm.
His name isn't even Carl on Letterboxd.
What is it?
Here, let me look, because I was like, who is this guy?
Officer Steve Hatch.
Yeah.
It's Carl though, right?
It's Carl.
Yeah, I was Carl in the movie. They called him Carl.
Interesting. Something's wrong here. Huh.
Maybe Steve Hatch was his name in the book, but I don't remember.
He wasn't in the book.
So it's mentioned that there is one guard
There's guards.
that's friendlier than the others,
yes.
but he's not part of the experiments.
Yeah, but they
or
don't
conversations.
they don't interact.
Yeah.
He kind of just sees him and he's like, he doesn't seem as much of a hard ass.
He just like recognizes Grace as like a human.
Yeah. I like the inclusion of Carl on this and him getting in the experiments.
To
the point where I kind of wish we had like more. Like it's hard to build Grace as a character through flashbacks. So I think Carl kind of being that vehicle for like building a relationship was really good.
It kind of bridged the gap until Grace meets Rocky. Yeah.
Agreed. Here's a big one in the book. In the book, as they're figuring out ways to, real quick before I get there, astrophage. Tachi, how did you pronounce it in your head? Did you pronounce it any different?
I pronounce it as astrophage. Thank God.
Fuck.
You didn't?
No. I pronounced it as I'm reading the book as astrophage.
Okay, that's forgivable. That's okay.
And then as soon as they said astrophage in the movie, I was like, oh.
No, yours is fine.
I was like,
as long as it wasn't like astrophagy or something.
Astrophagy.
Yeah.
Astrophage.
Astrophage. Esophagus. A really important part in the book is like the lengths that Strat and the team go for this research.
Right.
One of the chapters, there's a decision to nuke the polar ice caps in Antarctica to trigger global warming, which gives the Earth more time. Since the Earth is cooling down, since we're losing the sun, we're trying to up the emissions to not lose that so quick. It gives us like an additional like 6 years, I think, for
something
nuking.
Like yeah, just raise the sea level a couple inches. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, and they talk about that. They talk about the repercussions of like sea levels rising and what that's going to be, and they're like, I'd rather have that than the alternative of what happens if we lose a degree or two.
Right. Destroy a few ecosystems to
Yeah,
save the many.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then on that note, they also in the book they use a third of the Sahara Desert covered in black panels to breed the astrophage.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
really
crazy.
interesting. That is crazy. That was I really enjoyed that chapter with the scientist who was in jail for whatever crimes he did that did all that. Yeah.
I did think it was cool that they were like, oh yeah, and then Africa can sort it out amongst themselves to bring themselves out of poverty, because now they have
Yeah.
like
Now they're like the energy leader of the world.
yeah,
So it's just like
essentially.
it's like a give and take. It was like it's really interesting. And it's like there's no way they could have included all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of my biggest gripes with the movie is I didn't feel the like the stress of what's
The
going on
urgency.
Earth. The urgency.
That yeah, because humanity was going to end essentially in the next 30 years.
Yeah. I just
Basically.
did not really feel it whatsoever.
I agree.
Let's see here. You had written Rocky's quote unquote voice.
Yes. How did you imagine? So in the book, when Rocky speaks, it just shows like music notes and quotes.
Mm-hmm.
So in your mind, were you imagining he has a sing-songy voice, or did you imagine he just makes like just sounds in general?
In my head, the noise it was like doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Like something like that, but like not hit.
Okay.
But whenever he gets to like actually like talking like through the computer,
Yeah.
I imagine it as a normal voice. But we would
Okay.
still hear that like the noises they gave Rocky, I thought were spot on. Like that's kind of how I heard it in my head. It's very whale-esque.
Gotcha. I was imagining sing-songy, so I was thinking like
Oh,
something like that. How do you think that they did with his voice and the translations and everything? Because personally, I just wanted his sounds with subtitles, like how it was in that final sequence on Arid. I thought that that was brilliant, and I loved hearing just Rocky's voice,
I might
his
have
sounds.
preferred. I was thinking that going into the movie, I might have preferred just subtitles the entire
That's
way.
what I wanted.
Like,
It would have been so much better, in my opinion.
yeah, I didn't care for like the shots of the computer and seeing what he's saying. Like, actually, I take that
Translated.
back. I preferred that because that was more in line with the subtitles, and so I would have liked to see the subtitles be integrated.
Me too.
But yeah, I'd rather subtitles than an actual voice.
Yeah. Same.
Rocky's people were hardly mentioned.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I think in the movies it mentions it once that he's just trying to save his planet, but it doesn't ever really stress uh, the urgency in his mission to save his people, his planet. And also I think he contributed a whole lot more in the book than he does in the movie. They make him a lot more sidekicky, and I think that also lends itself into the marketing and just trying to make him this cute little thing instead of a genius engineer who can make and fix like anything.
Yeah, I agree. We've got a few here. In the movie, they included Strat at the end receiving their video messages and basically carrying out the mission on Earth. Alex, real quick, as a non-book reader, what did you think of like Strat getting the actual like ending of the book of the movie?
I thought she was. I mean, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I think?
Like just like the way the entire like movie like ends. So like Strat receives the video message from Grace and Rocky, and we
Mm-hmm.
see Grace staying on this planet
Mm-hmm.
and teaching. Like just where do you land with the ending overall?
Would have gone home.
You would have gone home?
I mean, Yeah. Right? Like after just a bit I want to go home. Like
But what if
you
there's
know,
nothing for you at home?
I think if you saved the world, there's a lot for you at home.
In a way.
But he has, at least for Grace, he has no family, no friends, no pets, no nothing. And in his journey, which is, I guess, stressed a little bit more in the book, but he and Rocky have a true friendship and become like best friends. So I guess with that in mind, does that change your answer?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never hung out with a rock alien before.
That's true.
What is your opinion on their relationship in the movie overall? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
do you
It was
believe it? Yeah.
adorable.
Okay.
Did you believe
They're
it, Blake?
heartless guys.
I did. They did a great job, I think, with what they have, like with their relationship. I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
And just kudos to Ryan Gosling for basically just doing basically a one-man performance
Yeah.
for
Honestly.
half of this movie.
Agreed.
I honestly couldn't think of a better person to be Grace again. Like he just did such a great job in this.
100%.
I think the last thing I'll say comparing the book and the movie, just because there's obviously more that they can do in the book, but I think for me, like the ending for the movie still works. The tweaks that they had like in the book, I think worked a little bit better. Mainly, the visual of Grace aging
hmm
on Arid. Like in the book, they're just like he has a cane. Years have passed.
Yeah. I
And
think it's
he-
16
and-
years.
Yeah, and the gravity has aged him a bit, where on Earth he would be 71, I believe.
Mhm.
And like I'm reading it and I have the biggest knot in my throat. And he was more like positive in his decision to stay on this planet and not go back to Earth in the book. In the movie, I feel like it was kind of tossed in the air where he's like, oh, I might go back, might not, like who knows.
Mhm.
But like he was confident with his decision to stay, and the conversation he has with Rocky just like made me tear up like as I'm reading.
Yeah. Same.
I just kind of wish the movie did a little bit more of that. And the biggest change was Rocky has the conversation with Grace that their scientists on their planet have been looking at our sun and saw that it's gained some of its brightness back, meaning
Mhm.
that the mission was successful. That's how Grace finds out
Yeah.
that the mission was successful. But in this, like Grace doesn't know. We know as the audience
Mhm.
because Strat has the video. But that conversation between Rocky and Grace, I think, was so important and gave Grace the meaning to his life, like he said. So I
Yeah.
was sad that was kind of brushed
I like
over.
that ending way better.
Yeah.
And also the video messages weren't a thing in
The
the
video
book.
messages were not a thing. The only thing we get is Rocky telling him, like, hey, our scientists are looking at your solar system. Your sun is getting brighter.
Mhm.
Like you did it, Grace. And it's a very emotional ending.
Yeah. The ending and I guess the very end for both the movie and the book are the same, where he becomes a teacher again for all the little Iridians, and that was
Which
so
is
cute.
so
That got me.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that.
The last sentence in the book is 12 kids raise their claws.
Mhm.
I was like, oh,
It got me.
come on.
It got me good.
It got me good too.
Yeah, so freaking cute.
So I'm happy that they kept that.
hmm
But I mean, overall, like I think this was a really good adaptation from the book. It seems like people are loving this. I think it hits on the emotional beats that it needs to. Like this is like a lot of people are going to love this and are loving it. So I think it's doing what it set out to do. It's an awesome movie with great practical effects, good performances, great. It looks amazing. Like what else can you ask for at the end of the day?
Right. And I know I was coming off pretty strongly negative, I think, in this review, but I really did enjoy the movie. Like that sequence on Adrian was amazing.
Was really cool.
It was so cool, so beautiful.
I want to talk about the space scenes real quick since we just talked about 2001:
Yes.
Space Odyssey. They had a number of scenes, like I think 2 or 3 of complete silence, a la 2001.
Mm.
Loved it.
Same.
There were a couple other direct callbacks to 2001 as well, like shots.
What were there?
I think it's during the Adrian Petrova line scene, the way that the lights are going against Ryland's visor. Looks like the end of 2001.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like you can see the influence for like throughout the movie. But
3
the space
stars.
scenes,
3 stars, by the way.
the space scenes looked awesome.
Yeah, there's this one scene in the beginning of the movie where he looks out the window, and he's like looking up and down in space,
Yeah.
and just starting to realize, his status in life, like what's
Was it
happening
like
to
when
him.
everything's kind of like shifting,
Yeah,
kind of turning, and he's going around the room with it?
yeah, and it freaks me out so bad that there is no up or down in space. Like
Yeah.
everything just is, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Space is
It's-
freaky.
Yeah. Freaky ass space. I want to shout out when they're meeting in the movie, Grace and Rocky, when their ships first interact,
Mhm.
and he's kind of doing the like his ship's going that way, and
The
then the
thrusting.
way that they're moving, it's very animated. It was very like Lego movie-ish.
Mhm.
That's a really fun way to like do space travel. Like I've never seen spaceships move like that in a movie like this, and I just thought that was really funny.
Mhm. I wonder. I don't know how it would work. The little mini thrusts. I don't know if it'll look like that, but it was kind of cool.
It's like that in video games.
Yeah.
We got to try.
Well, if it's in video games, then
It's got to be
It's
real.
real. Fortnite's real, guys. Closing thoughts on this movie. Anything else you want to shout out that you liked, didn't like? What else you guys got?
I think that about covers it for me.
Overall, like it was just a really good time at the movies. I think it has its flaws in tone and in structure, but overall, a great time.
Agreed.
Agreed.
All right.
Right for
I'm not
ratings.
going first for ratings. Yeah. I went first for the last space movie.
I can go first, I guess.
Okay.
I'll give it 4 stars.
Malik.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
I'm landing at a 3.5.
Wow.
Alex?
I guess I need to read this book because I gave it a 4.5.
Whoa.
I really had a good time with it. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think if it was more serious, it would have been a 10. Like a
Mm.
straight 5-star.
I think it would have been an easy 4.5 if it was more serious.
I think there's a world and for me there as well. It doesn't like it. I don't know. Like it doesn't need it, but it's the quirk chungus of it all.
It's the quirk chungus.
That's really what it boils down to for me.
I love the space sequences so much. I mean, I'm tearing up over a stupid rock in the movies, and I don't know. I really, really had a good time with it, but I didn't read the book, and it sounds like the book I might become a hater.
Yeah, maybe don't read the book.
But
I'm
the book
gonna
is
read
so
the book.
good.
I'm gonna
It's
read the
so
book.
good.
Leave it as is.
No,
Amaze, amaze, amaze.
I'm gonna read the book. One thing I wanted to shout out before we wrap this up, our theater experience.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Please.
We had 2 legendary moments. So we went to a 9:45 p.m. showing. Let's preface it that way. I was tired. I'd taken a nap at like 6. I had not worked out that day, so I'm like, I need to conserve all my
I
energy.
did the same thing.
I'm like, well, this is the only showing that all of us could get that we were like actually all in the theater and next to each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So, sacrifices have to be made for the greater good, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to remember which bit came first. I think we had this lady
Oh,
and she kicked your legs, right?
she kicked the
Tachi?
shit out of me. And I always pull my legs back for people walking by. And I did for this lady, and she still kicked the shit out of my legs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think she was the same lady. So I got there before you guys, and I ordered my water and I reclined. And I'm watching like people come up. I'm looking for you guys, and this lady, like this group, comes up to our row, and they go and there's plenty of room, right? Like I mean, there is plenty of room.
Mhm.
It's not like I was blocking the thing. And the lady looks at me. She looks at me, goes, "Hi," and then like keeps walking. And I'm like, "All right, like no, like don't talk to me." I think it was the same lady, but she kicks your legs, and she gets to the aisle, and it's not like hitting your legs like made her stumble, because she gets to the aisle like normally, steps into the aisle, and then like as she's going down the stairs, like she's hanging onto the railing, like stumbling for her life.
Mhm.
She was crunk. She
She
was crunk in Project Hail Mary.
she was struggling.
And then I think at the end she was the same lady who got up and stood and like watched the last 5 minutes in the aisle.
What?
Someone on my right like stood up and was like watching in the aisle. Like,
I didn't
What?
see that happen.
yeah. The other bit was, and this is, I think this was right around the Rocky sacrifice scene where he goes ham in the paint.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, the music slows, like the chaos like ebbs, and there's a lull in the movie, and you hear
Bro.
Great reenactment.
some dude is
Loud.
just zonked.
And it's like, and it's an emotion. It's like an emotional moment in the movie, and like it was silent. Like he was so loud that the theater laughed. The entire theater.
The entire theater heard him.
And it happened 3 more times where the sound cut off.
I don't think he ever woke up.
He's
I don't think he
dead.
ever woke up.
Did they not
He's-
try to wake him up? Because like that was crazy.
Was
Okay.
he alone?
I don't know.
That's the thing. If someone's there alone, would you wake up a stranger and be like, "Shut up"? I don't think I could do it.
I wouldn't say shut up, but I would nudge. If
I
it's
feel like, yeah, I think I would have to nudge. So it's the first time it happened, he kind of woke up after everyone laughed, like, like that.
Was he next to you? Was he next to you?
No. We think he was in the row above us,
Like
but
diagonally back.
more in the but not far off.
Mhm.
Because it was coming from your direction to the point where I looked. I'm like, that better not be one of ours.
No, I literally would never. I mean, I have fallen asleep in a theater,
I
but
say he fell asleep during Black Bag.
Yeah.
but
I
there
was
was probably
alone.
no one in that theater.
I was alone. But like, if you're going to a movie alone, you did not need to go to a 9:45 if you know that's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
If
Just wait
if
till
you're a
tomorrow.
snorer, don't go to a late showing. I don't care how excited you are.
Yeah, just wait until Friday mid-afternoon if you need to. I think I would nudge the second time it happened. I'd be like,
Yeah.
or at least write a note from to Alamo. Be like,
Kick this
Yo-
guy out.
yo, get this guy's ass out of here.
Give him the test. Some poor minimum wage worker. It's like, yo, wake this guy up and kick him out.
Now.
Give him amnesia and put him on a rocket ship. Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, besides, it was a crazy theater experience. But I would rewatch this. I'd love to rewatch it.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
Maybe if you're not being so much of a hater.
a 3.5.
I feel like
is
we're
a
having
good-
the one battle convo all over again. It's just like, but yours, I mean, that seems to be omissions, whereas like Vineland, it was just like changes.
yeah.
Because the book is, like I said before, it's unadaptable. Which is why it was, if anything else had been best adapted, I would have rioted.
Mm-hmm.
I
'Cause he
would have
adapted
started
it.
like a front, like one
Yeah.
of those armies.
He adapted it. Yeah, I think the quote unquote issues I have are just like omissions overall. But it's a great movie. It's doing very well at the box office. I think it made 33 million in its first day.
pretty good.
I'm excited that like a non-franchise movie is doing this well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Yeah, it says 33.1 million in the film's domestic opening day. It is the biggest domestic opening day ever for a non-franchise film.
Wow.
I guess the Rocky marketing works, but man, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is,
I get it, but man.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm a fan of this hopeful movie type era that maybe we're entering.
Right.
It's nice to see some optimism in light of everything going on. So
I agree.
fun time at the movies. What else can you ask for? Anything else for you guys?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, those are our thoughts on Project Hail Mary. Thank you so much for listening. Let us know what you thought of it. Don't forget to follow us on Letterboxd and Instagram if you're not already. Stay tuned for our next episode. We will be discussing Eyes Wide Shut.
And
Fun.
the lore behind it.
Ooh, be ready. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day, night, weekend.
Bye.